everyone, it's JoJo, and today we are talking about my role in Disney World. Now, my role in Disney World is the custodian. I figured I'd make this video today to share some light on what I do in Disney, because some people who follow me over on Instagram, even TikTok now, or YouTube, might not know what I actually do in Disney World, so I wanted to make this video to inform them about what I do. Also, this is for anyone who is going to be a future custodian, so anyone who's on the DCP, or just anyone who's going to be a custodial part-time, full-time. This is a cool video. I figured I would go ahead and share my experience and shed a little light on this role. Now, if you don't know the custodian, basically we clean the parks, resorts, water parks, events, and we interact with guests. Specifically, I work right now at Magic Kingdom. I work in Adventureland in Liberty Square. A long time ago, I made like a role reveal video, and I talked about it. But I love working in Adventureland in Liberty Square, especially because it's just Magic Kingdom. A lot of stuff happens there, and I'll get into that. Now, before we go into specifics of this role, the biggest question is, do I enjoy my position? Yes. I love being a custodian, and honestly, right now, I can't really see myself at any other position that the DCP offers. Now, going into this as a custodian, the two main places you can either work at is a park or a resort. Both have their perks and both have their cons. It kind of depends on who you are as a person. Resorts are very chill from what I've heard. I don't have any particular experience, but I have friends who have worked there. I have coworkers who work there. It is a more chill experience. You do your job, you make sure all the guests are okay, you make everyone shares happy. You get to build a relationship with the guests because you see them more often because they're kind of living there for their whole vacation. While in a park, it's more hustle and bustle. There's a lot more going on. You have to deal with a couple more situations, and you have to know how to problem solve on your feet sometimes. Now, specifically for this video, because it's my role, I'm gonna keep away from the resorts and talk more about the parks because that's what I know more about. Before we get into the parks, I wanna say this right now because I feel like sometimes it's not said enough. Yes, there's code Vs. Code Vs stand for vomit. There's code H's and a lot of messy codes, right? There's code V's, yes, you have to clean up vomit. But that's only like 20% of the job. Yeah, and there's a lot of code V's. Yeah, there's a lot of code H's. No matter where you go, there's gonna be stuff that you need to clean, but literally I talked to one of my coworkers yesterday, and she's been on the program for about 6 months now. She's done a total of like 2 to 3 code V's. And for me personally, I've done a couple more code V's than that, but I've only ever done 2 by myself. You can always ask your coworkers to help you out, and everyone I've worked with has been more than willing to help me because that's one of the biggest things about custodial. We're in it together. Anytime there's an overflowing trash can or a code V, if you really need help, you can call your coordinator, you can just call one of your co-workers and ask for help, and usually they don't mind helping because at the end of the day, when they need help, you'll help them, hopefully. The actual role of a custodial in a park differs, and it can be very different every day. Personally, I work in Magic Kingdom, which is considered one of the more busier places to work. If you're looking at all the parks, Magic Kingdom is definitely 100% hands down the busiest place to work. So if you're working in Magic Kingdom, don't be scared. It's really not that bad. At the end of the day, it's still just a job. It's all about what you make of it. There are so many people every day that come to you for questions. You wouldn't believe it until you were there. When I first got the custodian role, I didn't think it says in the description that you have, you're gonna be interacting with people. And I was like, no, really? Like, they don't have stuff, but they do. You get a lot of questions, specifically about your area. You get questions, for example, Adventureland Liberty Square. I've been asked about where Pirates is. I've been asked where Peter Pan's Small World is, Mine Train, where Big Thunder Mountain is, where Splash Mountain is, where's the closest bathroom. These are all questions that you get accustomed to answering with guests, because there's a lot of guests, and sometimes they don't know where they are. Guests might be there for their first time. Sometimes guests don't even know where the front exit/entrance is. So these are all things you have to consider. You will be communicating with people within the parks. People will ask you questions. I completely forgot about this, but on our uniform, literally there's a little patch under Mickey Mouse with a little broom mop, and it literally says guest services. We are guest services. We are an extension of guest relations, guest experience. Granted, we cannot do as much problem solving as them, but we are answering and guiding people throughout the park, throughout the whole day. Guest interaction is huge. This role as a custodian, especially in the DCP, probably gets the most guest interaction out of any role in the DCP in Disney. We literally are seeing people every second of the day. I have so many stories, fun stories of guests. I've played Limbo of guests. We've played this game where we make rags out of a Mickey Mouse. Anyone who jumps in, we clap and like we give them prizes. I've danced with guests. I've blown bubbles with guests. I've played trivia with guests. And the biggest one that is helped provided by Disney is pin trading. When you go into work, especially from Magic Kingdom, there are issued sets of pins you can pick up and wear. And again, I was like, no one's gonna pin trade with me. Well, I was wrong. People love pin trading, and when I put on those pins, I at least trade 10 to 15 pins every single time I'm on my shift. Unless you don't have the most favorable pins, then people are like, okay, no thank you, which is really funny, by the way. We get a ton of guest interaction, and you have so many opportunities to make magical moments. The amount of times I've been able to make a kid smile. When I see a girl dressed up as a princess, I'm like, hello, princess. Or when I see a pirate, I'm like, hello, pirate, how are you doing today? And it's just a lot of fun. That's why I can't see myself as anything else right now, because I truly love the guest aspect. Yes, custodian, at the end of the day, you are cleaning. You are cleaning trash cans. You are bussing tables. In your area, there's places you can bus, wipe off the table, sweep up. There's trash cans, there's trash runs. That's where you go and you pick up different trash cans and recycle around your area of the park. And there is bathrooms. So you will be tasked to do bathrooms throughout the day, but all that's really not that bad. It's really not. And I have a weak stomach and I'm able to do this. But the thing that motivates me every single day to come into work is the guests. We just have so many unique opportunities. So there's about 4 or 5 different tasks you can get as a custodian. You can get a trash task, a busing area, which means you just bus the area like I said earlier. You can do a bathroom, or get a code G, which is a general, maybe an ice cream spill, code Vs, and all those other code Vs, code H, code bloodborne pathogen, all of those. So there's about 5 different things. And for me in the parks, we do something called D-Clean. You get all of your tasks on a phone, and you get your tasks kind of message alerted to you. It's kind of like just getting a text message. You're like, choo, 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 and you're like, oh, time to do this. So I've only ever known D-Clean. Some people like the radios more, but I like D-Clean. I think it's pretty smooth. For the most part, it makes sense. You can call any one of your cast members on your phone, your coordinator, even your leader. So if you have any questions at any time about anything in the park, they're literally just a click away, which is very nice, especially when you're first starting out. As a custodian, you will make friends, don't worry. You actually make more friends than other roles, I think. You get to roam around, you get to go to so many different places. I've made friends in my area specifically because of custodian. Obviously, you get pretty close with your custodian cast members. Obviously, I'm friends with all of them, but you get to roam. So I have friends at Aladdin's Magic Carpet Ride. I have friends at the Skipper Jungle Cruise. I have friends at Pirates. I have friends at Harbor House. I have friends at Liberty Tree Tavern. I have friends at the Haunted Mansion. And this is all possible because I get to walk around. I get to talk to people. I get to socialize. I try to treat other people how I would like to be treated. So anytime I see a cast member working, I like to say hello, and it works. I've made so many cool friends just in my area alone because of custodial. And these are the little things that they might not really mention to you, but you do make friends within your team of cast members and in the whole park. And you make friends with the guests. You get to know them all the time. I've made some cool friends as a custodian with guests, and they've come back multiple times and recognized me. And they've been like, hi, we saw you last time. How are you doing? So it's truly a really awesome experience. There are so many experiences I've had as a custodian One of the cool things you can do as a custodian is you can pick up in any other location that's declean. So I've worked in Animal Kingdom, Epcot, ESPN, the TTC. Which park am I forgetting? Epcot. Oh, wait, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom. Yeah, I have not worked in Hollywood Studios yet, but I've worked in like I said, I just worked in all those places I just mentioned, and each one of those experiences, I've had stories. I've made new friends. Literally, I've made new friends who I'm friends with today. I see them, I'm like, hey. I think I've had a lot. I think the most fun I've had though, I've worked at Dinoland. At 5 o'clock in Dinoland, there's a dance party that starts, and that was just a blast. And it's refreshing. Work a water park. I haven't done that yet. There are so many different places and people and experiences you can have in Custodian because you're allowed to travel to so many different places. So if you're looking at this and you just got Custodian, you're like, oh my God, I don't want to pick up trash. It's so much more than just picking up trash. We are not janitors, we are custodians. I'm coming up to 6 months as a custodian now, and I love it. I thought about maybe doing a different role once my CP ended, but I didn't want to. I love the freedom that we get as a custodial. We're pretty much left on our own to make magic, do our work. We are given a lot of independence. Obviously, our leaders and coordinators check up on us, but for the most part, we are on our own, picking up the trash, working with guests. I've made so many pals through this. I've seen so many friends. Even when your friends come to visit you, that's such a fun experience. There's been so many experiences. There's been so many unique experiences, and even just reflecting on it now, I could talk about so many cool times I've had. And don't get me wrong, this is still a job, so you're gonna have harder days than others. And I have. There's been some rough days. But none of that comes even close to all the amazing experiences I have. I picked up a shift in Fantasyland, and my roommate Keith works in Fantasyland, and it was just so cool to see him working. Like, I never see him work, and because I was custodian, I was able to trade shifts with someone and go to a different part of Magic Kingdom to see my roommate work. So overall, I loved Custodian. Custodian is considered a hidden gem. I remember looking at other videos, and they're like, oh, it's a hidden gem, it's a hidden gem, I love it. And I'm like, how? Why do you love it? But this, I completely understand why now. I love it. It is a hidden gem. Anytime I see someone who's looking into the CP, the college program, or considering it, I always tell them to put down custodial. Because obviously, the whole idea of, picking up trash and all that really puts it to the side for a lot of people. But if you can look past that, what you do, you literally get desensitized. Like, it's really not big of a deal. Like, I mean, it could be for some of you, but I never like trash. And I don't think anyone does. But we do it. We don't ignore the trash. Like, we have such a good time, and you hear custodians and like everyone saying it's such a hidden gem. We pick up trash, but that has no comparison to all the unique experiences we get to have. Dancing with guests, dancing at late night events, playing games with coworkers and guests. I literally did limbo with a bunch of stickers in Epcot, and anytime someone did the limbo, we gave them a sticker. With co-workers from London who I've never met before. These are the experiences I live to have. They're so unique, and I can understand why in some videos people can't really get into why or how it's a good experience, because it's such a different atmosphere every single day. But I hope that me explaining some of my amazing experiences can help you understand that it truly is a really, really fun time. In Magic Kingdom specifically, I get to watch the fireworks every night. Sometimes I'm working. Yeah, sometimes I'm working, but I get to hear them. I get to see people's smiles. I never thought I'd be so appreciative of Custodian. And I figured this was a good time to make this video because my time as a custodian in Magic Kingdom is almost up. I have less than a month in Magic Kingdom left, so one of my coworkers who just started was like, yeah, people want to know, and you seem like a genuine guy, so I wanted to make this for you guys. And I hope for any aspiring Disney College program, as this video helps you think twice about maybe being a custodian, because it truly is a great, good time. Oh my God, guys. Maybe I can make a follow-up video. If this video gets at least 200 likes, I will make a follow-up video talking about some specific stories of the custodian job, specific experiences that I've had, because I have some stories I could share with you guys. Overall experience, 5 out of 5. On some rough days, 4 out of 5, but overall 5 out of 5 experience. The custodian is a hidden gem, and if you are trying to grow in the company, it's honestly a good place to start. That's a whole different topic for a different day, but the guests are amazing. The guest the guest interaction, the amount of magic you can make for guests, the way you can impact them. You can take pictures. I took pictures for a married couple once, and I just made their night. So anyway, guest interaction, 10 out of 10. Obviously trash, like 7 out of 10. Sometimes there is some gross trash, but it's literally not the full part of the job. It shouldn't be. Coordinators have told me that half our job is making the guest happy. My leaders have told me that they never get mad at us for interacting and making guests happy, because that is the goal. The guests, making them happy. Thank you guys so much for your constant support. I can't believe we hit 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. You guys are seriously amazing. You guys motivate me each and every day to keep making content for you guys. I hope this can help out some people for the future and now who are coming in the fall. And with that being said, make sure you go ahead and ring that bell. Subscribe if you're new. Comment down below. If you have any other questions, I will try to answer them down below. Remember, 200 likes, I can make a little story time about custodials. And yeah, it's been a good time. I'm very excited for the future. Remember, every day is a blessed day to be alive. My name is JoJo, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.